Hi, I'm Leo Iridium. Hope you're doing all right today. Album review time. Brainstorm, Wall of Skulls. There's a bit of confusion on the release date of this album. I saw about 2 or 3 different release dates, but it was out on September the 17th. I don't know if anyone had fucked it up. They probably had. But so this band, Brainstorm, this is actually their 13th studio album, and I haven't heard any more of their music. So this is the first time. 11 tracks, 44 minutes and 41 seconds long, out on AFM Records. AFM, man, what a label. This band had been going over 30 years. Amazing. Now, what do they sound like? Very epic. They're metal. They're nothing but metal, I would say. They're not whatever other genre you can think of. I'll just say they're a metal band, definitely. The production on this album, it's a really good production. What I could have done with just a little thing, Poxy Daddy Longleg, is just the guitars. They'll be a little bit more crunchy, a little bit more louder in the mix. Although it's more like the sound of the guitars. I just wish they had the more crunch metal sound, but it's still a great production. I just love a crunchy guitar, and I think it's what they're going for, because they're a very epic sort of sounding band. They're sort of not a straightforward metal band, just guitar, bass and vocals. There's a lot more elements to them. There are a lot more to them than just a straightforward just metal band, if you know what I mean. They've got an epic sound as well, and I suppose having the crunchy guitar being at the forefront wouldn't give them the sound that they want to have. Anyway, Andy B. Frank on the vocals. Ooh. You fucking fuck off. Fuck. Anyway, Andy B. Frank on the vocals. Great vocalist, great metal vocalist. Brilliant, source of great heights. He's got a really aggressive voice. Love his voice. Torsten Ihlenfeld on the guitar. Milan Lomkaric on the guitar. These guys are fantastic on the guitars. They are so technical. They can play fast. They play brilliant riffing all the way through this album. This is a guitar album without a doubt. They're fantastic. Antonio Leva on the bass and Data Burnett on the drums. Them two guys are fantastic, because a lot of this is quite fast as well, so they are so tight, just how you got to be in one of these metal bands that play sometimes at speed. Absolutely brilliant. Everyone in this band are top musicians, they really are. So we start off with Chamber 13. This is an intro, nearly 2 minutes. Bit creepy actually, sort of choir voices going on, creepy, and a little musical build up, which is cool. I love little intros on the beginnings of metal albums. Where Ravens Fly is the first song. So this is a fast song, full throttle, bit thrashy, fast, but some great guitar melodies with the riffing. I suppose you could sort of call some of this sort of speed metal, but it keeps the heaviness where some bands lose that. It still sounds heavy. Sort of a really cool, catchy chorus as well. There's some great choruses in this that I was actually straight away hooked on. So that's a really cool thing. Songwriting's amazing. Next up is Solitude, one of my favourite tracks. After a heavy beginning, we go into a sort of heaven and hell tempo. I always call it a heaven and hell tempo, like a slow gallop. Some very cool guitar work here. Very busy on every song, these guitarists. They're all over this album. A great melodic soaring chorus and a solo, which is absolutely outstanding. Escape the Silence is next. Guest in here is PV Wagner of Rage. Just reviewed the album as well. Fast double kick drums in the verse, then opens up to another catchy chorus. Great choruses, like I said, throughout this album. A relentless onslaught of guitars, bass and drums here. That's what it is. It's just hitting you all at the same time. Turn Off the Light is next. This is one I reacted to. Got another guy guesting on this, Sebastian Sieb Leatherman. This is a great single. Chuggy, sort of proper old school metal. Check out the reaction or check out the actual video. Turn off the light. Next up is Glory Disappears. I love this song actually. Piano, vocal start. It turns into a medium pace song. I love how it keeps sort of going back into the quieter parts and the soaring chorus. Real epic sounding song. Even though this is only like 3.5 minutes or something, it's real epic sound. Sort of an epic ballad, I would say. Sort of bordering on a ballad, but maybe a little bit too heavy for a ballad. I'm not really sure. But I suppose it depends what your point of view of a ballad is. Next up is My Dystopia. The heaviness, pounding music continues here. Some very cool Maiden-esque sort of intricate guitar melodies between the heavy riffing. The guitarists, man. I mean, I mentioned at the beginning, but throughout my lot of notes, I've mentioned how good the solos were and how fucking brilliant the guitaring is. These guys are fantastic. Next up is End of My Innocence. This is where the sort of band excel, in my opinion. They go to our medium pace sort of song. Some really cool hooky riffs and melodies throughout this one. I am a medium pace guy, so that's another reason like songs like this really appeal to me. I can understand why people like the faster stuff as well, because that's just what they're into. I'm a medium pace person. What can I say? Average, very average. Next up is Stigmatized, Shadows Fall. So they speed things up here with a great galloping riff. As usual, the chorus is great. Another heavy track. The heaviness continues. Holding On is next. My favourite of the album. I love it when the band shows this side. It's sort of more medium paced again. Really catchy, this one. The catchiest song, without a doubt, on the album. Probably my favourite, like I said. The chorus has a great sort of synth melody sort of added. Almost an 80s sort of sci-fi horror sort of effect to me. It reminds me of that. Holding On, for me, is the standout track. Next up is I, the Deceiver. A cool, chuggy, groove-laden track. There's great double kick drums in and out of this song. Of course, what you're going to get? Another catchy chorus. One of my faves as well, ending the album. A great way to end the album. Brilliant album Brainstorm have done here. Wall of Skulls. I can't compare it to any of their other albums. Their other 12 albums I think they got. But going on this, do a fantastic job. Not saying my only little thing was the guitar. I'd swish it as a little bit crunchier in the mix. That's all. But you know, these guys probably are going for that. You know, you notice the faster bands sometimes now. I mean, I've noticed it. I like the Halloween album, the one this year. But after listening to it a few times, the guitars for me don't sound crunchy enough either. And I know it's what they want to go for, but they sound a bit muffled and a bit muddled. These guitars on this album sound better than the ones on the Halloween album, but I just wish there was a bit more crunch. I don't know. It's just me. It's just what I prefer. That's all. But a brilliant album nonetheless. Check out Brainstorm, Wall of Skulls. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. If you get it, I'll see you next time.